Why does this game take so long to load? Wait for it. Here we go. Loading report. This save game requires game resources which are not available, e.g., due to missing mods. Check the stdout.txt for detailed information. Expect unwanted behavior of the game. 2 reference ground textures not found. Basically, I haven't got a mod installed right, have I? I'm not even sure where I am. Where am I? Welcome to another episode of the UK Rail-Inspired Network. And today we are back in Birmingham. I think we're going to be in Birmingham for a while. I'm not really sure. If I get a little bit bored, I might head back down to London because there are the other lines and the other main lines that I need to extend. I just, the great thing about this build is I guess I could sort of do it as I feel and what I feel like doing, and that's really nice. I sort of started off with a plan. I was going to do this much, then go up the other sides of the map and do the other bits. And I'm actually telling you this while putting my hands up in the air. You have no idea of that because you can't see me, but that's what I'm doing. But then I get kind of excited and a little bit like, I don't know, I get into areas. So we're going to hang around in Birmingham for a little while. And there's a couple of bits I need to do before I sort of carry on with any detailing before I carry on with any more detailing. Does that even make sense? Anyway, that's why I stopped where I was with the freight terminal here, is I wanted to sort of finish off some areas and maybe put in some more track and put in some more base, because we are quite far north today and we're going to have a look now. So obviously we need to detail the rest of this up and fill it all in, and we need to go back to New Street and start filling this in. We've also got Birmingham Moor Street, which I want to put in today because of how far north we are. My sort of idea is I might actually change this a little bit and swing this a little bit further north as well, as things just, look, we've got a coal mine straight in the middle of Birmingham. I want to start spinning this railway up here because I think this will be like the furthest, most sort of big hub that we'll have on the map. So I thought we'll fill it in a little bit more and get some more local lines going. So I thought we'll get Birmingham Moor Street in sort of here because we need to anyway, because it goes down all the way to Marylebone and then we can start working on those other lines. I need to sort of work out this angle because it's going to be kind of here and then kind of bend this way. Otherwise, we're going to be going straight to the airport. And we kind of need to make use of the rest of the map here. So that's what I was thinking. And also sort of doing, we've got Moor Street. And then once I get open rail back, hold on. What was I looking at? Bear with me. I have a plan. And we have Snow Hill. So Birmingham Snow Hill I want to add as well. And then after that, you kind of got the Jewellery Quarter, which I'll probably put in as well. And then after that, I was thinking of sort of terminating the service of the West Coast Main Line. I'm kind of thinking like the West Midland Railway Birmingham Soho. Is that like a depot? And there's a junction there as well, so curve. And then there's a few stations just after it, sort of local ones. We've got Smethwick, Rolfe Street. And then across from there, we've got Handsworth and Smethwick. And I think these are stations. And we can kind of line them all up there. So we can have all these lines coming out of Birmingham, kind of terminating there and turning back. For these sort of like, for your sort of West Coast Main Line trains, sort of more major lines, we'll do some sort of turn back with maybe a little platform so people can use that, so they turn back there, or they terminate there, they unload, they don't load or unload, they unload and load here, and they just travel back and turn back. We'll decide, because that's the furthest north. But I was trying to do it because I didn't want to just have railways here and this end blank. I wanted to fill it in with some sort of local services. So that's probably an idea we could do, because we could get Moor Street in here, then Snow Hill around about here, and even the Jewellery Quarter there, and then bend away a little bit and just squeeze that junction in up there and get everything in nicely. It's a shame you can't sort of, like Transport Fever, if you're listening, right? If you're going to do a Transport Fever 3, which is kind of what's been sort of said a little bit and might come at some point, can we have the ability, like if we have the PCs to handle it, obviously not everybody does, the ability to make maps small and compact and set the texture settings and maybe sim settings. But if you want to, say if I wanted an extra sort of 10 meters to the left here, I could add a bit. I could add some map here a little bit further north, say if I wanted to. So I'm not locked into what I started with, especially in custom builds. I get it for sort of builds that are kind of the challenges to build it within. But when I reach a moment like this, I just like a little bit more. So Transport Fever 3, if you're listening, that. Oh, and also another thing, get rid of these damn rocks or give me the ability to remove them. I know there's a mod for it, but I'd rather it not be in a mod. I'd rather go, would you like rocks or not? No, thank you. Because I don't want the rocks. I really don't. And also being able to set the depth of where my water level is would be nice as well, in relation to the lowest point I want to start building with. So I don't end up with this situation here where I can't make this any better and I want to keep my railways nice and smooth and not have a roller coaster going on. That would also be really nice. Anyway, so that's my plan and that was my thinking. That way we can sort of start working on these railways that spin off and start sort of terminating things here and turning them back and get some more services going. Then I can sort of detail, fill this in, make my way back down, detailing this all the way to Coventry, finish off this, finish off the airport. Obviously, it needs a grand sort of finishing off. And then we can start working on other bits. That's the plan for the next month or so, I guess, because that's how long it normally takes me to build this. It is dragging on a little bit, this series, but I'm okay with it. I hope you are too, because it's been fun. It's been good. I like the fact that I can mix it in with the other little projects I've got going on as well. At some point in the back of my head, the London to Paris build is sort of lingering there. If you haven't seen that, if you go to my Steam profile or find it, I'll put a link in the description below. There is the beginnings of a Twitch stream that I did. I started building the London to Paris. I've built King's Cross and Pancras and a little bit of Stratford International. You can take a look at that. You can download it and carry on and see what you can do with it. It is a scanned-in map, so it is sort of, you know, a scaled-down, scanned-in map. So the sea is already there, the ocean, shall I say, the channel. And the little bits of the Thames and bits and bobs, so it is already there. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh my god. So that was what I was thinking of doing anyway. Is that is in the back of my head, and that's what I'm thinking of doing as well. So today I thought we'd do Moor Street, get this orientation right, see what the lay of the land is with this as well, because it's going to be obviously, because it lays on top of, looking at Google Maps, it sits on top of the tunnel, just sort of the exit sort of here as it goes into a tunnel. So what I might do is, because the undulation is going to be quite extreme for this, we've got a road. So I'm going to build the station, and we're going to work with what we got after that and kind of work around it, because I might start dropping the track after this under, so we don't get too much terrain difference across all the different areas. I'm also going to sort of dig this back a little bit, because where this line goes down, it kind of goes onto a bridge across all the industry of Birmingham, etc. So we're going to have a bridge there as well. So, but we're going to start off with the station itself, and then we'll see what we get with it, I guess. I've been looking at the station. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it, because it's got two what are they called? Why is my brain fried today? What they called? They've got two terminal stations, and then two platforms, two terminal platforms, and two platforms that carry on. Terminal sounds like death. I don't think it is terminal. Trains can terminate at this station. Why am I struggling with that? Then it's got a couple of sort of almost abandoned, disused lines. I think we put that in for the detail. I think we can just about slide this in here with the roads. This road kind of meets it, but we're going to have to, this is going to have to come uphill a little bit more here, because then there's a bridge. So if we build this in, there's also a road that comes like this, and down. And that road is above the station, because there's a bridge goes across. So we're going to have to roll with it and see what we get. What I'm thinking of doing is, first of all, we're going to put this bridge in, this station in first. And we're going to kind of put it as close as we can to this. And I'm thinking of using, let me just Alt-G there. I'm thinking of using, I was either going to go with these old style, or just go with the modern King's Cross, which I think looks a little bit better. We've got some overhang, and I'm trying to get this about right on the angle. I think we'll be working about, I think we're a bit more about there, and I'm gonna try and get this as close to this bridge as possible. Maybe about there. Yeah, about there. We're gonna go with that, because what we have got is there's obviously a big construction site here at the moment for HS2. And that's going to be very interesting when we get to it. Yeah, so Birmingham Curzon's kind of here. So we're going to have to, I might actually just leave an area safe so nothing gets built there. I might just cover it in like sand or something. so we can remember where it is. So we're going to put this here, and then we're going to build our platforms as we need them. I'm going to delete that little bit of track because I don't want that one. We're going to go to King's Cross, across, and we're going to go... So we're going to go one here. How long do you reckon this needs to be? I can't even remember how many platforms is 240. My brain is really... I think this needs to be 240. So we're going to go there. I'm going to put this alongside it just for reference. I should have just built that. Doesn't matter. We're in it now. We're committed to the way we're building. Yeah, 240. And then we can delete that. I'm going to assume... So the other platforms are 240 as well, but they extend a bit further on. Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to me, I'm just going to say, yeah, lots. Let's get some track on. High speed. I spent most of today, by the way. I had a big issue with Premiere Pro. And there is a video uploading while I'm doing this. I had a bit of a Premiere Pro meltdown where it wouldn't actually... render my new video. It was having some errors, so I spent most of the afternoon. I was meant to do this early. I was meant to record this one earlier in the afternoon. I absolutely had a big technical problem, so I'm going to extend this all the way here, and then we're going to pop it out one extra one there because we're going to have this as... Oh, do you know what? Actually, I've got a better idea because this will make it more compact. I'm going to delete one more of these back. We're going to have that there because then the building should, whatever building I use, should slip in there nice and tidy. Is that okay? Yeah, one more there. And whatever building I use should slip into there quite tidy. I wonder if I can get away with having this one shorter, actually. Because I don't think the trains that stop here are going to be... What stops at this platform? I mean, worst comes to worst, I can change it. But it looks at things, it's not actually... I think the main stations stop on... The main trains stop on here. I think the smaller services maybe terminate here. We'll find out. We'll find out at a later date. Because what I want to do is I'm not sure if I can do this. There is kind of a building here. Let's go to... Platform building. I don't know whether I get away with putting one of these on the end of here. So it won't. Will it let me? It will. It will let me. The GWR. See, that works quite well because then I can have the slope and the stairs coming in. I know it's... Yeah, that looks all right. I'm quite happy with that. That looks all right because then I wanted to use... There's some big buildings here, but I'm not going to be able to get those. But that means I may be able to... I'm using that. The GWR roofs might work for this because it is kind of an older roof. Now, we've got another station access here, which I don't think we're going to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Because this station's kind of angled out. In an ideal world, the freestyle train station mod would have been fantastic for this. Because of the way the angle works with the train tracks, but I just don't think I'm going to get it. So I'm going to go with this like that. I'm just going to have it like that. We haven't put any seats or anything in this, have we? Seats. We need some seating areas. What I could do is to make... Because there is a building on this. Ooh, do you know what I could do? Let's delete some of this back. Delete some of that back, and I'm going to put something else in there in a second. Put some seats in. Like so. Put a couple here at the base of that, and we'll put one there as well. But what I was thinking, what we could do is if I go here to assets, let's see what this looks like. GWR, because there is like a building on this station. We could use this. Well, 1970 plus. Offset, that's fine. Height adjustment, no, that doesn't matter. And then we can just pop that in there. That just adds a little bit of detail. I love the fact that I've put no railway there. So then what we need now is some tracks, high speed, and then I want to do something else in a second, but you're gonna have to bear with me. Come on, what am I doing? High speed. These are all electrified. Have I just electrified something that shouldn't be electrified? Are they electrified? It's not, is it? It's not electrified at all. I don't think it is. Open rail? Tell me. I don't think it is. I don't think this is electrified, so I've done that wrong for a start. Right, I'll delete that. The other one I'll delete off camera. That's that. But what I wanted to do is we've got some abandoned ones, and I'm going to put those in. And I do have... Do I have it? I don't have it installed on here. So what I'm going to use... I'm going to use standard, but I am going to change this off camera. I do have some nice... I'll tell you what, actually. I'm going to install it now. Back and mod is installed. However, there is something I wanted to say at the start of the video that I kind of forgot, and it wouldn't quite fit in now, even if I tried to shoehorn it in during the edit. So I thought I'd do it now. So before I carry on, I'd like to share something that I've been working on for quite a few years. That's streaming music by DG UK. This music is for creators and streamers to use completely free on their content. It's the music you always hear during my recordings, in particular the time-lapse videos. The album's called 16-Bit from the Synthwave collection. As I said, this music is completely safe to use in your live and recorded content. You can download each music file from streamer-music.com, or alternatively, if you want something running in the background, simply search DG UK on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, or any of the other music services that you may use. Links will be in the description below. Of course, all plays on those platforms, including YouTube, help support me, so appreciate that very much. And I should have really done an intro video or some sort of advertisement video to go with that. Oh well, maybe next time. Let's crack on with this build after I've done a little bit of self-promo there. So what I've downloaded and what I've been using on my other builds is a UK-style railway track, and it comes in two sort of types. You've got the vignole, which controls the speed, so we can go for 186, 125, and 125 with no masts, which I just find weird and a little bit ugly. Kind of works through, like, I guess, through really busy junction areas where you don't want masts glitching through the track. I guess that's what it's for. But I wanted to use on this, and I need to go into configure, is it also comes with some bullhead tracks, and what it comes with is it does come with, is it on this bit, or is it the bullhead track? No mast. No, it's not that one. It's abandoned. Hold on. Rust. If I type rust, there we go. Is that rusty bullhead? No, yeah, this one. And I wanted to add that on here, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the other space free, because I want to do something else with this as well. And I know you're thinking, what are you doing, Julian? It'll all come to pass, I promise you. So now I want to go back into King's Cross, and I want to add a couple of platforms here, here, and I think that's it. Let me just check. Ooh, swang across onto my other monitor. Let me just check here and here. Yeah, that's it. That's fine. And then I want to add the roof to that area. Where is it? That one. Like so. And then I want to get out of this because, see, this has got like rusty. The grass is still sticking through. It looks abandoned, basically. It's nice. But what I want to do is it under bull on this one? Yeah, it is. Bull disused as well. So we're going to put this one, because this one's a bit further out. We're going to use this one here, and we're going to get rid of that. And I'm going to pull that back just so we... Oh, no, it's fine, because this one doesn't have... Yeah, that's fine. I love it. Like so. And I'm going to drag that under there, because I'm going to delete it after. And the reason why I've done that one there, because I want to use the freestyle retaining wall alongside this. But we just get a nice bit of disused, sort of abandoned track on the edge there. I'm not... Yeah, and there's a bit of road, and it kind of just ends at the end of the platform like that. So it kind of just fades away. Fades away to the end of the platform. Because what I wanted to do, if I've pressed exit too many times there, is add this. And I wanted to add the wall to the edge of this, if I can get it. If I can get it there. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Okay, as I posted on community page and on Twitter, I actually had a fatal error with OBS during the recording of this episode. and I didn't realize that it had errored because it's on another PC and I use a capture card to record, and I didn't realize, so I carried on. So that's why that ended quite abruptly. So this might be a shorter episode, but I thought what I would do is while we're here, I'll talk you through what I actually did do while I was talking to myself, and you'll never hear it, and where we got to. Basically, you can see the difference here. We've started adding a few roads. I started messing around with the undulation of the ground. But basically, we've got Birmingham Moor Street in. I added a retaining wall. And at the end of my last at the end of where the recording ended and sort of corrupted out, is I was building this retaining wall here. It's not actually this far. It's probably about this far. And then it's kind of abandoned. This track kind of doesn't go anywhere. So I might quickly do that there. I've also added the bridge. There's a lot more road going on in real life here. We may actually edit this during a detailing session. Obviously the road is higher than the station itself, so I've got to work out a way of connecting this up to here at some point, or maybe have some sort of tunnel access. We'll decide nearer the time. I raised the terrain here, and the train track dips down, and it kind of, if we have a look, it kind of levels off here, and then we'll move on to... What's the next station? What is it? Can anybody remember? I can't remember. But there is another one somewhere. Open rail. There we go. It goes off to Birmingham Snow Hill, where we also have a nice tram connection there, which will kind of V-shapes the tram connection into New Street. So we'll keep that under wraps, and then we'll see how it goes with the... It looks like it tunnels all the way to Snow Hill, and then we'll do Snow Hill there. But we've managed it. What I've done is I've dropped the track down a little bit to get it here, because I didn't want too much undulation. I didn't want one big lump of soil here with the train there. So we've sort of sloped the track down under here slightly and bent it off in the corner. I can't quite work out, looking at Google Maps, the undulation difference between this. There's so many different levels, and this road here, because we've got Curzon Street being built here right now. So I'm assuming that's undercover, and this road is the level, and it goes down to it. But I can't really work it out. So I've kind of left it like that for now. But that's a massive big hill, right? It's huge. So I'm not really sure about that. Maybe we'll play with it and we'll do our own version. We'll see. We managed to get all the switching done. I even managed to get a switch onto a bridge, which looks okay and looks clean, and it hasn't messed anything up. We've got the trains that terminate in here. We've got the abandoned rail, which I'll just bring out a little bit, maybe add a little bit of detailing to it. And we've got the two major stations there. We have adequate switches for turn back and in and out, which is quite nice. This track basically carries on down and meets up with this one. So I believe. So we're going to sort of bend these away and head down there. And I'm assuming head down to Marleybone at some point. So that's that all done. As I said at the start of the episode, what we're going to do is we're going to start, as this is kind of a terminal hub, we're going to sort of build this up, and then I'm going to see what we can sort of fill in up here, slowly detail this out, make sure the tracks are all in place so they don't need editing too much and I can just crack on. But all in all, I'm reasonably happy with that. I know sort of in real life, this kind of, the platform's more spread. There's a bigger gap here. This kind of spreads off that way and that kind of breaks off that way. But all in all, it looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with how I've managed to slot it in, if anything. It looks quite nice sitting there just on the entrance. I'm probably going to put some retaining walls around the outside of this, just to sort of make it look a little bit better. Other than that, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Do you think? I think so. I think it looks all right. And it would be quite nice. The approach into Birmingham is slowly getting better and better. You know, cab view ride, it looks quite nice down at this level, I think. I'm not sure about you guys. I think it looks quite nice. It should look better as we build it up. I feel a bit like I've done you out today. I think I had quite a few laughs building this, and none of it was recorded, unfortunately. So I feel like I've done you out of some content. I feel quite bad. But I guess that is that. I don't really know what to say. I did add some services, by the way. I might do, once I've built this up a little bit more, I was thinking I've added some... What I've done is, because I'm not going to fit any more services between Nuneaton and Birmingham in terms of this line, I've added a little cheeky farm. Totally against it. I know, I'm naughty. I've added a little cheeky farm for this track here. So we do have some food freight going in. So this is all in use now. There's a couple of trains that do park in this. So maybe once we've detailed this, detailed this. Maybe I'll stick a cab ride on for a bit more freight. That might be an idea, mightn't it? I'm going to try and squeeze in as much Transport Fever 2 as I can between now and the 28th, because I go away for 2 weeks on the 28th, and I don't want you guys to have nothing to watch while I'm gone. So I'm going to try and sort of hammer out a good few episodes between now and then. So a couple of bits and bobs will drop while I'm away. I'm gone for 2 weeks. I'll be in Pittsburgh for 2 weeks. And then I'll be back. But I'll try and get some different content up. So I'll be here until the 28th anyway. So that's what I'm going to do the next couple of weeks. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Again, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe on this channel. Don't forget to scroll to the bottom of this channel to check out DG UK, streamer music, the links and the popular albums I've listed there that I use. Obviously, don't forget to go to streamermusic.com. Don't forget to find me on Spotify, Amazon, like I said, etc. I'd really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.